Hello, everyone. Wow, seems like it's been forever since we've been back here. Let me see if I can get my lighting a little better. That's worse. All right. Hopefully, everyone has been having a wonderful week so far. And getting ready for the weekend. All right. Just making some minor adjustments here before we get off into our topic. Oh, man. See if I can get my lighting a little better. Let's see here. Oh. I guess they'll have to do for now. All right. Cool. Yeah. Seemed like it's been forever since we've been back here on Road to Glory. So your boy's been working. All right. So I don't know if anyone has had a chance to visit my other YouTube channel, which is more sports focused. 813 Sports Network is what it's called. And so I've been getting it in with that. Just put something up today with an interview with a good friend of mine who's a head football coach out in Harrison High School out in Kennesaw, Georgia. Just wrapped that up. So I got one scheduled for tomorrow and throughout the weekend. So I'll be hitting you up for more content on that channel. And I've been working on some other stuff. Got some other stuff cooking. I got some other stuff brewing. So definitely excited. Looking forward to bring you more content on YouTube. This has been fun, I must admit. I'm still getting used to this YouTube thing. So hopefully you guys are bearing with me. But this has been fun. All right, this definitely been a blast. I've been enjoying myself, connecting with some good friends. Having the opportunity to also connect with some other connections. Just talking about some good stuff. Talking about education. Talking about some art stuff. Talking about sports and athletics. And I say education. Talking about education. So yeah, those are subjects that are right down my alley. And definitely talking about the youth. It's been good. It's been fun. Like I said, I got some other stuff coming down the pipeline with another YouTube channel that I'll be launching probably some part in early August. That a good friend of mine I'll be doing a regular, probably weekly podcast with. Shout out to Alexia McCarter. She's my homie from high school. We'll be talking about some family dynamics and therapy. Trying to get my old principal, Dr. Joe Ford, trying to get him in the lineup, see if he can join us. He's running his own psychotherapy practice out in Norfolk, Virginia. See if he can come aboard and add some value to me and Lex will be saying on that. Also, my wife and I will be starting our own podcast too. Just talking about the topic and subject of marriage. Man. That's a whole nother topic, a whole nother rabbit hole that you can go down. But yeah, man. We've been married 7 years, so we definitely had our ups, we had our downs, and we're gonna talk about it. All right, we're definitely gonna be transparent, talk about our experience. We're no expert. I'll say that all day long, but we do have experience, and that's what counts. So can't say that we've experienced everything because we haven't, but we've experienced some things, and we'll talk about it, and we'll looking to launch that that podcast in the early part of August, as well as some other stuff, another project that I'm working on too, with some of my old teammates that'll be coming out probably around the same time frame. Not ready to tell y'all about that right yet. And that's something that we're discussing. Um, that's in the works. We're gonna have a good time with that. That's all I'm gonna say. So we'll keep it moving. But yeah, as the title says, they say hindsight is definitely 2020, and boy, they weren't lying. So just to catch you guys up to speed about Rhodes Academy and where we are in the process, I've been very transparent. So whenever someone asks me about where we are or where we are in the process, I've been very transparent, which is surprising because I'm a very private person. I like to keep things personal. But here lately, I've been practicing some different habits. So I've been very transparent about where we are in the process, and hey, I'll be honest in saying that we had a location, we had a building, um, and things didn't exactly work out the way we thought it would for whatever reason, um, and we'll just leave it at that. Shout out to the organization that I was working with; they were amazing. But sometimes this how things go. They just don't work out. And sometimes you have to be okay with that. Um, you definitely have to be okay with that and letting it go. Um, that's part of the process. All right, patience. You know, working and processing things and finding a reason why things didn't go the way they were supposed to go, or what did you do wrong, or what did you. So those that's all part of the process. Um, And I shout out to Sue Yin. She's my marketing person. She's been responsible for a lot of marketing material online. My new logo. I have a new logo that was designed by Sue Yin. Shout out to her. I spoke with her earlier today. She's the one that kind of inspired this podcast because I was telling her that you know I wish I would have done things just a little differently than what I've done. And that's easy to say when you look in the rearview mirror. It's very easy to say, and it is true what they say about hindsight. It is 2020. But I was also discussing with her that the things that I explored, the things that I went through, then in my early journey was starting this school and putting together a team and putting forth ideas and thinking about different events and different things that we could have done. Um, I caught some L's. Things didn't exactly work out the way that I thought they would. And I will say that I wish I would have done some things just a little differently. But yeah, I can say this, and if I'm being honest, the things that I've experienced have gotten me to where I am today. So I would I'll be honest again with saying is if all the things that would have worked that I tried back then if all those things would have worked, I would not be sitting in front of you right here today. So I would have to say that that me just being in front of you doing a podcast is somehow connected to my journey with creating Rose Academy. All right, so and I'm a work in progress with saying that man those so with creating a school you have deadlines. All right. And those deadlines have beaten me up. I gotta be honest. With saying that. And it's funny now because things have to be on schedule. Things have to be done according to a deadline. And I have to be honest with saying that those deadlines really, really, really brought me a certain kind of stress and anxiety that just was not healthy. So those deadlines, they really beat me up, trying to get things done in a timely manner. And me being 100% honest, I was forcing a square peg in a round hole. That's what I was doing, if I'm being completely honest. So me saying that I wish I could have done some things differently, and some people some specific people may look at this and say, "I told you so," or "I wish you should have listened to me." That's cool. Yeah, you're right. I'll be a man and I'll be honest and say, yeah, I probably should have listened a little bit more. But that's easy to say now in hindsight. That's easy to say. You know, as a former defensive coordinator and football coach, there have been some times where I made the right call. All right, I sent in the right call. Things happened just the way I knew they would, but they still scored. They still scored. So when you put together a game plan and a strategy, all right, you can't say that every time that thing's gonna be executed, all right, to a T. There are different variables in that game plan, that strategy. All right, there are different factors that you may not factor in that could happen that could make your outcome not as successful as you envision, and that's okay. That's all right. So it's easy for me to say that it's okay. It's all right. Now it's easy for me to say that now because I've been through it. And have beat myself up. But with me growing from that process, it's okay. All right. So now I would like to say that I view things in a very different manner. I'm just rolling with the flow. I'm letting the process lead me instead of me leading the process. All right. So that's what comes with me just being the vessel. All right, I'm just the vessel. All right, things for the most part have already been worked out. I just have to catch up to it. That's what I like to. That's what I like to say in terms of goal setting and getting things done the way you envision it. Things are already worked out. All right, there's a higher power totally outside of me that's gotten this thing figured out. And part of my growth as a person in leading this venture is just to be patient. All right, let things just kind of fall into place naturally. All right, I would say, and I'm not being lazy. All right, and I'm not less aggressive about creating my own private school. I'm not less aggressive, but what I am is I am a lot less forceful. There's a difference. I'm still working to get things done. All right. But how I'm going about it is much different now than what it was in the past. All right. So I am trying to do a much better job of letting this process lead me as opposed to me leading the process and me putting myself above everything else. All right. Because I'm trying to get out the way. All right, because when I tried to lead this thing, I got beat up, and I got beat up something terrible, something fierce. All right, and that's what happens. All right, that's what happens when I'm not a very egocentric person, but when I think about it, what I wanted to do was kind of more important than what needed to get done, and that's also forcing deadlines. As opposed to just being patient and letting the process dictate itself. So yeah, man, it's been a joyful ride. Timeout. I'm a timeout because I told my sister I was going to shout out her new company. So big sister Sherry, big sister Lynn, this is for you. So she recently formed a new company out in Norfolk, Virginia called Successful Sisters LLC. and they are doing notary and also doing some property management. So if you guys in need of any notary services or any project, no, not project, property management, look her up. On Facebook is Successful Sisters LLC. Lynn, Angie, and I think she's with one other young lady. I'm not sure what her name is, but you can reach them on Facebook. Successful Sisters LLC. Who calling me? Well, I'm doing my live. It's all good. But yeah. So now that I've kind of sat back and got back to the drawing board and really just refocusing my energy on the things, on the small things that I can do now, leading up to opening my school. That approach has worked much better for me. When I tell you I was losing sleep, trying to figure out how to get things done, how to open the doors in time for August 2021 deadline, I would say every night for about 2 or 3 months, I was waking up 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning. Just really beat up, just really tired. And it wasn't good health wise. It really wasn't. So when I decided just to let go, all right, when I sent that email, out just saying that I was going to, look for other options. When I sent that email, that was the best sleep that I had gotten that night, and probably in the last 2 or 3 months. Now I'm still working in progress. To be honest with you, there have been some nights where I've been a little bit overly concerned about how things will work out. But yeah, when I find that whenever I'm forcing things, that kind of works out in my sleep habits. And if you know me, I get my sleep in. I get my sleep in. I believe in getting a good night's rest, and also believe in naps too. I really do. So yeah, I believe in getting your rest, and making sure that you have a healthy sleep cycle. That's always been important for me. I would not be looking as young as I am now without good sleep and water. But yeah, whenever I feel myself trying to force things, that plays out in an interruption in my sleep cycle. Then it's time to reevaluate some things and try to figure out exactly how I can improve in that area. And so since then, since I made that decision, things have been worked out just a little bit better. I made the conscious decision just to get back to the drawing board, kind of start all over in my approach, in my planning, and my strategy, and that's how I came to getting on YouTube. All right, I figured that telling my story, getting my story out about what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, I figured that could be a little bit more impactful than all of the hustle and bustle that I was doing before. And plus, with me giving myself a new deadline, I have time. I've given myself more time to be more strategic, time to build a more powerful network and a powerful team. So all those things are very important. And I'm not stressed and not worried about the deadlines and the time that I have to get those things done. Now I still have my goal. All right, I still have my goal. I still have my deadline, and I'm going to work very hard to work towards it. But like I said, my approach is different. I'm gonna let the process lead me as opposed to me leading the process. This thing is so much bigger than I am, and I'm just a small fish in a big pond. There's no way I can lead this thing all by myself. So I'm gonna get out the way. I really am. I'm gonna get out the way and be in the good book. They say I'm not sure what verse it is, but they say that sacrifice is better than your obedience. Or no, I'm sorry, misquoting. Obedience is better than sacrifice. For all my Bible scholars out there, don't beat me up, please don't. Definitely charge it to my head, not my heart. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And what a true statement. Being obedient, all right, just following your heart to the T, all right, getting yourself, your ego out of the way, all right, and letting God, the Creator, whatever you may call him, letting the higher power dictate your steps. I think that is the way to go. Especially when you're just the vessel. When you're trying to get something done that is much bigger than yourself, all right, there's no way possible that you're going to get it done on your own accord. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So I'm just being mindful of that, and knowing that things should be done a little differently. So I'm being really sensitive to that, and to be honest with you, it's really working out. It's really working out, and I'm enjoying the outcome. And so I'll continue to follow that approach with just getting out of the way and letting the process lead me. I'll continue that process until the goal is done, and then after we open the doors, I'm still going to abide by that process. But yeah, because there's so much that I've learned throughout this journey already, that has helped me out and been advantageous. It's been ridiculous. And one thing I will say, just to motivate and inspire. A lot of times we beat ourselves up for the decisions that we make. And I, for one, am the primary culprit of that. I'm so hard on myself. I beat myself up so hard about the decisions I made, the outcomes that didn't work out. I really hold myself to a standard that is totally unrealistic. This is my first go around at opening a private school. And I know better that I should be being a little bit more nice to myself than I am. But that's the competitor side of me. But really, are we really competing? With anyone, especially when we have a higher power guiding us? Are we really competing? And that's a question for you need to ask. So all of my old habits, prior up, I'm about to turn 40 next month, August 26th. About to turn 40, and I've been having this conversation with my wife. Had this conversation with my therapist, and someone else. I think someone else. I'm not sure who it was, but I feel like me turning 40, I'm finally figuring this thing out. I'm not saying I have the answer. I'm not saying I have the answers, because I don't. What I'm saying is I'm finally figuring it out for me. And in your 20s, you think you have a good idea. Your 30s, you definitely think you have an idea. You got to figure it out. Negative. Negative. It's taken me this long to realize, what really is my purpose in life. So with that being said, is a lot of things that did me good in my teens, my 20s, my 30s. A lot of those things, a lot of the habits that did me good, they just don't serve me any longer. I'm a different person. I'm a different man. All right, so I have to start developing new habits. And that's not to say that I beat myself up for my old habits that don't work anymore, because they were definitely part of my survival at the moment. But now that I'm a new person, now that I'm not a new person, but now I'm a different person. Well, you can say new. Yeah, I am. I'm 40 and new. Yeah, that's a new model. 40 and new. Yeah, how about that? So now that I'm an older and a little bit more mature person, man, those old habits just don't do me any good any longer. That's fine. That's called growth. That's called maturation. That's supposed to happen. All right. So now I'm getting in the habit and the process of learning new habits that are more fitting for my life now, as a father, as a husband, as a son, as a brother. So yeah, so I'm trying to do this thing a little differently. That's more fitting for the lifestyle that I have going on presently. And so it's nothing more. It's a journey. It's my journey. Um, it's just um, it's just building a school is part of that journey. So I know I'm talking about opening my own private school to you guys, but really, this process is about my own personal growth. It just so happens that it's attached to building my own school, and boy, what a powerful and impactful lesson I'm learning with this thing, and I'm enjoying it. All right, it doesn't always feel good. Nothing that you're doing in life that's positive is not going to always feel good. Um, but yeah, if I'm really being honest with myself, I see myself growing in leaps and bounds in areas that I never even imagined that I would have to use, in this life. So, I would have to say that everything is going good. Everything is going good. So um, it just so happens that I'm kind of being a light. So I'm pretty sure someone else is going through the same exact things that I'm going through. But they probably don't know how, or just don't want to give a voice to it. So hopefully, there are a few people out there that can identify what I'm saying. And this message is helpful along the way. And that's all I want to do, is be of assistance, be a guide, and give what you're going through some words. All right, because you may not understand what's going on in your life. You don't. That's possible too. You just don't understand. You don't get it. So hopefully, through this podcast, or through this docu series, Road to Glory, you'll be able to see things in a little different light, and maybe provide yourself a little bit more self evaluation about the things that you have going on in your life. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that's healthy. It really is. And it's also being accountable and responsible, because as you grow, all right, responsibility and accountability, those are two characteristics that are very important. All right, so you got to be accountable to yourself and others, and you got to be responsible. You got to lead with responsibility at the forefront. So yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Yeah, so thank you again. Thanks again, Su Yin. Appreciate this message. So hopefully you guys have some good plans for the weekend. I know I do. I got more interviews coming up. So that's 18, not 18, Lord. What am I talking about? 813. So that's 8 semicolon 13 Sports Network on YouTube. Look me up, guys. Like, share, subscribe, and yeah, let's grow these messages. Let's grow these, because they're all positive. All right, everything I'm saying, pretty much everybody I'm interviewing, they have their message is so powerful, so motivating, so inspiring. And once again, as I sit here and think about it, they're talking about football. They're using football as a tool, as a vessel, but it's life. They're talking about life. All right. So if you happen to be a football fan, and you happen to be a fan of motivation and inspiration, go check out those interviews. I have 4 that are up now. All good friends of mine that are doing some very good things in the world of athletics. Happens to be football. I was just riding down the road and said I need to diversify. So I need to add some baseball, some basketball in there. All right, so I'll be going through my mental Rolodex in my network of friends and seeing who I can invite on the show to provide some diversity. That's always important. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the message, and I'll make it my business to get back to you guys more frequently, because all in all, the main reason why I'm even doing this is for Rose Academy, even the other channels, and I'll announce some things later, how all these things are connected and how you can help, how you can contribute. I'll be announcing that a little later. I have some things in the background that I have to get right first. But yeah, I'll be making an announcement really soon about how all these things are connected, and we'll just go from there. All right. So listen, have a good rest of your day. Enjoy your weekend. I'll try to get back to you guys. Yeah, maybe Sunday, Monday, but I promise it won't be too long. Okay. All right, guys. Enjoy your day. Hopefully this helps. Take care and bye.